If I had a penny for every single time someone reached out to me and said that they were struggling to leave the haram relationship, I'd be rich. Well, not really rich, but I would have a concerning number of pennies. I mean, just yesterday I was talking to someone who said that they blocked the other person multiple times, made tawbah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but kept falling back into haram again and again. They were so attached. And moving on from a haram relationship can feel like you're fighting a losing battle. You do everything in your power to leave them in the past. But then why do you keep going back to them, unblocking them, messaging them again and again like a moth drawn to a flame? Why do you keep falling into the haram, and which keeps building up sins on your scale? Why do you make tawbah to Allah but then break your promise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? I mean, this is holding you back from your ibadah. I mean, when was the last time you recited the Quran? When was the last time you prayed with khushu'? Why does this happen? Why is it so hard to let go? In this video, I'm going to be breaking that down exactly. Why do you have such an emotional connection to them? And at the end, I'm going to tell you the way you can break it, inshallah. Now, just before we start, I need to let you know that, look, I'm doing free calls with brothers who are stuck in haram relationships on the free school community. That is linked in the description. You see, this is serious, especially if you live in the West, the UK or US, where haram relationships are completely normalized around you. If that's you, click the first link in the description. Spots are limited. I'm also giving personalized support for the sisters, inshallah. Free calls, limited spaces. Now let's get into it. First, we must look into this with the Islamic perspective, because Islam, its teachings encompass every area of life, for it is a way of life. The first reason why you're so attached is because of shaitan's deception. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah Al Imran, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم زين للناس حب الشهوات من النساء. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, beautified for people is the love of that which they desire, and the first thing He lists is woman. You see, the nature of man is that he desires woman, and the nature of woman is that they desire men. That's how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created us. Now, this desire must be practiced in a way which preserves your chastity and your modesty, meaning marriage. But the problem is, we live in such an age where fitna is more than ever before. Beautiful women, and so many beautiful women are accessible to every single man, young or old, with the few clicks on his mobile phone. When was this a case? Before us. You see, 100 years ago, you didn't have all these romantic movies, all these romantic shows, all these romantic songs being pushed on your face from your mobile phone 24/7. And this has made feeding your desires so easy that now when a young man looks at all these women, he's able to fulfill his desires, which makes his desires stronger. And now he wants to go ahead and fulfill his desires with an actual woman. His much stronger desires. Note that. Allahumma musta'an. Furthermore, all the young men and women, all that they see is romance. And now they want part of their romance as well. They see haram relationships being normalized, situationships being normalized. And now if they're not involved in one, they want to get involved in one because they feel left out. You become desperate for attention because everyone around you seems to get attention, right? And now that is why this is fitna. But remember this one thing: the honorable man is one who protects his gaze even when he wants to see, and the honorable woman is one who protects her modesty even when she wants to be seen. And so these strong desires hold you back from ending the haram relationship because you don't want to lose the dopamine hit that you get from her messages, the dopamine hit that you get from the late night calls, the attention you get from them. The second thing that makes it very hard for you to leave a haram relationship is the feeling of peace and security that you get from them. You say that they make you feel secure. Now this comes because when you start sharing your secrets, your feelings with them, and they confess the feelings that have towards you as well, you feel like now for once you feel loved. Now for once someone wants you back as well. And this may be especially stronger if growing up maybe you didn't have that support, that love that you needed, right? Maybe you felt unimportant, maybe you felt ignored, or maybe you had childhood trauma. So now when someone gives you that feeling of comfort, that feeling of emotional stability, at least at the start, because look how unstable you are now, you get attached to them. You start building an emotional dependency on them. It shouldn't be that way, but that's just how it is, unfortunately. You feel like you can't lose them because you won't find anyone else to replace them with. You've got that feeling of security for once in your life now, and it feels like that void in your heart is getting filled. You've shared so much with them, your memories, your secrets and everything, and You feel like you've given them so much power over you. They know too much about you. And now again, you've built a sort of emotional dependency on them, that emotional enslavement sort of. And so the way they make you feel by being there for you is another reason why you become so emotionally attached with them, and it feels so hard to let go and say goodbye. The third thing that holds so many Muslim brothers and sisters back from ending a haram relationship is the false hopes that they've built up in their own mind. This hope that somehow, sooner or later, we're going to be able to make it work out. We're going to get married and we're going to live happily ever after. We're going to have a beautiful family. This haram relationship is destroying your mental peace. It's destroying your connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And yet you're still hoping that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to put barakah in it. I mean, the brother can't even provide for himself. He can't sustain himself. And now he's trying to convince the father of the sister. Or he's not even approached the father of the sister. And so the sister is waiting for him for years and years with these false hopes in mind. You need to learn when to let go, when nikah doesn't make sense. Furthermore, you need to understand that you can't get into a haram relationship intending to make it halal, because that relationship is now built on a foundation of ma'asiyah, a foundation of disobedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and so there will never be barakah in it. And so deep down, every time you block her, you have this hope in your mind that she's going to come back someday and we're going to be able to make it happen. I know brothers that live with that hope for years, man. They know it's like improbable, but they still hold on to that feeling. They don't want to let go because they've invested so much into this person. And again, the feeling that finally I have someone that gives me the attention that I see everyone else around me getting. I feel complete with them, and without them I feel lost. I don't want to let them go. And so these false hopes that you've built up in your mind because of how good she or he made you feel becomes the third reason why it's so hard to leave them in the past. Now that I've talked about 3 reasons why it's so difficult to leave a haram relationship, why it's so difficult to break the chains of emotional attachment, I need you to understand that there is a way. I promise you that there is a way to leave the haram relationship and move on for good. How do I know that? I know that because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to do that. He wants you to leave the haram relationship, and He wouldn't want you to do something that you can't do. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Baqarah, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Allah does not require of any soul more than what it can afford. And so I have put together 3 complete guides. A guide on how to leave a haram relationship, the first 72 hours and how to deal with them after leaving the haram relationship, and then finally how to move on properly from the haram relationship without looking back and without any strings attached. All for free. And these are detailed step-by-step guides where I give you action steps and I tell you exactly what you need to do. You see, you have to understand you can't just rely on dua. You have to take action as well. And so when this opportunity presents itself to you, which you won't find anywhere else on the internet, you must take it. You must take action. So do it. Click on the first link in the description and go to the free school community and watch these courses on how to leave on. And for the brothers, go to the Move On protocol and book your free call with me before the spots run out. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for all of us. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.